let's get queued up here. Okay, I'm going to give you a little intro, even though our regular listeners would know who you were, theoretically. John Warren, back on the podcast doing an episode of After the Show, where I've not done an episode like this before.
Nope.
We're just going to... I've watched a show and then talked about it afterwards, right? Like, I'm going to do that with, I think my plan would be to do that with The Mandalorian. Have you seen that, bro?
I think I've seen every episode maybe 7 times.
I just finished the 4th one today. There's a new episode came out today.
I haven't seen the 4th one.
Oh, it just came out today.
I haven't seen the 4th one. I got to wait till
Gina Carano is in the 4th one.
I knew she was in it, though.
Yeah. Wow.
I know.
Like, I was thinking, I was like, man, maybe in like 15 years when I'm old, but I know lots of martial arts, I could be a Star Wars.
I hope so.
Right?
Bring me. I just want
to... I saw
an alien.
I saw this funny meme. I'll show you, because Gina Carano, her character reminded me of this meme.
What's it going to do for her career?
I'm sure it will boost it. Even if it doesn't boost it, man, she had to have gotten a lot of money for being in a Star Wars show. Even if she only does one episode, which I guess, is she going to be in more?
I don't know. I know Bill Burr's going to be in it. Oh, no, dude, I have that on my phone. I had it as my background for a while.
If gas station knives were a person.
That's the funniest meme.
Dude, it really is. Like, her character reminded me of this guy in Mandalorian. Let me cast this up, and we'll get into it. It's about an hour and 40-minute documentary. We're casting it on the cast. We can hear the documentary. The audience can't. So... we'll adjust the volume if we need to. So we're going to try this out. I haven't done this before. Kind of mystery science theater sort of style. Mm-hmm. We're just watching and commentating. And we've also got a couple other things here. We've got some Legos to build.
Sweet.
I really need to build this set before Christmas.
I can help.
And you've got, what are these right here?
This is the Universal Yum Box. It's a subscription box.
Yes, this is interesting to me.
Yeah, I'm not sure which country this is from, but it comes every month, and it brings snacks from many different places.
Yeah, I'm really
distracted. There's a Dark Lord Maynard right there in front of me, so I get distracted. It's hard for me to talk. But yeah, I'm not sure which country this is from. It just says the hills are alive.
We get to guess?
Yeah, we get to guess.
How do we find out at the end?
Oh, we open it, and it'll say as soon as we open it.
Okay.
Yeah, let me turn this off. Ooh. He makes wine in Arizona.
It's the last thing you expect to hear him say. You could cook with it.
I have drank the wine.
I have not drank it. I think you were maybe the first person to tell me about the wine, and then this guy that's been on the podcast a couple of times actually told me about this documentary. I didn't even know that it was a thing till like a year ago.
No, I had seen the documentary.
Okay, good. This is my first time. So
these guys are talking about tannins right here. You drink a lot of wine?
Not really, no. Okay. But I drink a lot of coffee. Coffee has tannins in it, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. So that helps. But if you drink enough tannins over the course of about a year, such like as in red wine, what makes you go, because that's the stems and the skin of the grape. You get used to that, and the bitter goes away.
Interesting.
Hi, I'm John Warren. I don't know if I said that. Or did you say that? Yeah, you did. You said that,
yeah, I said you need no introduction.
I've been here like 6 times.
Yes.
Cool.
Well, and here's to many more. We still have to review like all the tool out. Like this, like my 10th Maynard podcast.
Maynard Files.
I'm not a Maynard dick rider or anything.
Pretty hard.
All right.
Worshippers.
Oh, we got 3 bags here. There's some very colorful. This is a Quidditch match.
Oh.
Yeah, I've just made my first little documentary style for the Forza YouTube channel. This guy came in. I took clips of him being on my podcast.
Yeah.
Us rolling, him teaching some techniques, background music, did some voiceover.
Yeah.
It was super cool. But now I'm just like, oh, I need to watch this documentary for techniques of what I want.
Well, it's stylistic. See, look at the beginning. Got a nice intro using a sepia filter. See, this is filtered, and they're doing something to make it look like a vintage scene. 70s, 80s. Yeah, I see he's a jackalope.
Huh.
So you think that paints Maynard as a mythical creature?
Maynard is a mythical creature.
Exactly, the jackalope himself. Hope you see this, Maynard. You are our jackalope.
Dude, jackalopes are such an interesting thing. I looked up, it's been a while since I looked up like the origin, like where they came from and lore.
Yeah, my girlfriend was telling me about that the other day, about how they're like actually just rabbits with tumors.
Oh, so there's there's an actual linkage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just a big horny tumor on its head.
Bro, you got to stick the stickers. Cora always sticks the stickers. I'm not good at sticking stickers,
dude, I'm terrible
man.
with stickers. You're going to stick me to the stickers.
Okay. You got to put the characters together.
Character's the best part.
How many times have you seen this particular
This will be my second time, but I've seen clips of it in the middle.
Yeah, there's... I thought about pulling up some of the clips ahead of time. There's several promotional clips on YouTube and stuff.
This is a pretty serious set.
The Quidditch match?
Yeah, it's pretty good set.
It is. It's 4 different towers. Mm-hmm. I guess you could start building a second tower.
Well, I don't want to get it out of order.
I think that's how it works. I think that let's probably like
bag at a time.
2 towers in one bag.
You got it, bro.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Look at him digging in the dirt. Look at that.
Ah, dude, he's so smart.
Why people drink wine. Supreme being.
She does jiu-jitsu. Nice quote, bro.
Nail that shit. Gracias.
What do you think about the passing the torch DNA artwork from the new album? Did you see that?
No, I dug that. He's right about the grape, though. It picks up the flavors. See?
Wow.
It picks up it becomes a supreme being. The grape does, because it picks up every flavor from everything that's ever been there around it. Exactly. That's what's powerful about wine. Damn good answer. It really is. What I was going to say about tannins is you have to become tannin trained. You drink enough coffee, that's going to help. But it causes you to have an absolute effect. For the rest of your life, it will open up your palate to be able to have a better sense of smell, a better sense of taste. Yeah, I spent about 1.5 years learning to drink strong, more tannin strong wine. See, in the beginning, when you're not tannin trained, when your palate isn't tannin trained, you drink things like white Zinfandel, which is actually the most Kool-Aid of wines. And then it's just like punch. Just like punch. But to a person that's tannin trained, it's like drinking diabetes. It's just diabetes. It's just absolute Kool-Aid. It's just sweet. But as you become more tannin trained, the wines that just taste like bitter, horrid flavors to everyone else become like Kool-Aid to you. Because you become so accustomed, your palate opens up. But then you can smell everything. So food becomes that much more flavorful. People become that much more smelly. You can smell when a woman walks by. You can smell things you wish you couldn't smell. You can tell when... Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't want to have to say it on the podcast, but you can tell that.
That's interesting.
You can tell when someone's hasn't showered for a day. You can tell when a girl's on her moonly. You can tell all these things after you've drank enough. They talk about this.
Well, I've also in history, when you get into brown gold, the cultivation of tobacco.
Yeah. Brown gold.
When you get into that, they talk about the cultivation of the palate with tobacco as well.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's actually what it said in my book, as far as I remember. Like the English palate got accustomed.
Yeah, it is a thing.
To
That's literally though I literally just quoted the movie like 3 times, but it's really true.
Dude, I didn't know that this came out as long ago as it did either.
Yeah, I watched it. It changed my life.
2010.
I instantly went to our local winemakers and was like, I need to find something made with Sangiovese grapes.
Well, and what's crazy is we do have local winemakers.
Yeah, the best in Arkansas.
Altus. Have you guys played any shows in Altus before? I'm sure you have, right? Like, what do they have? The Grape Fest, for example.
I actually haven't. Yes, I played it. Yes, I played it. I've played 3 acoustic shows there, but I haven't played like an electric show. But I've played for food 3 times there.
Dude, I want to play you this riff I wrote before you leave.
I would love to hear it.
Because I was playing that kind of Tool sounding riff I wrote for you last time,
yes.
And I wrote another kind of Tool sounding one, but it's different. But it's kind of that same. It's in drop D. Like, I don't have a whole lot of songs I play in drop D, but this one is, and I really, I've been digging. I've been really inspired by the new Tool album.
Shut the new up.
You're so smart. Like, Maynard's lyrics on the new Tool album, man, are insane. Kool-Aid Gitla would grin. Julio Claudian Dynasty reference there, no big deal.
No big deal. See, he's using that volcanic soil that you can only find in Arizona. And that to grow the Sangiovese grapes.
It is real interesting. I mean, everybody always asks him, like, Maynard, how'd you end up in Arizona? But
well, that's why.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But too, man.
Look at that. Look at those steps he's created.
Did you see that? Yeah. Have Beautiful. You been to L.A.?
No, I have not. In my whole life. How the hell has that happened?
It sucks, dude.
Well, that's why I haven't gone. I found great success in other places without having to go there. That's absolute truth.
Bro, like, would you describe yourself as, like, reclusive?
I hate people unless I'm the center of attention. I hate being a part of the crowd. I hate crowds. And if I'm being paid or if I'm the center of attention, I will own that shit. But if I'm part of the crowd, I hate it. All right. There's a famous meme out right now, but like, I wish I could have it framed and made into a beautiful piece of artwork. And it shows this pro football player. As much as I'm not even a sports fan, it shows this pro football player, and he's standing in a stadium watching a football game, and he's standing there, and he's just going, and he's just standing there, right, watching with all the eagerness in the world, with his helmet on, his pads, everything, in his uniform, just watching. And it said, "This is what it's like to be a musician at a rock show."
Oh yeah, I think I've seen that. Yeah,
that's me. And that's I know every rock musician can at least identify with that and relate to that to some extent, because after a certain point you've met your idols.
It's not the same anymore.
It's not the same anymore.
I go through that a little bit with martial arts. Like,
oh my God,
I was looking out the window waiting for you to get here, and
how do you watch movies?
I was thinking about it, and I was like, oh man, this is like, it's weird, like, why I learn these techniques to, like, just to teach them to people, or like, the purpose of why I do it has changed.
Oh yeah.
And I don't do it for as selfish a reasons anymore. You know, it's interesting, like, how we spend our time, man. Like, how we choose to spend our time. Like, I was just training with Nate, I mentioned before we started the podcast.
God bless him. He's such a good dude.
He's such an angel.
Humble.
But I was showing these moves, and I'm like, aren't martial arts techniques interesting? Like, I'm like, here, look at this move, so then you can go do it, and that's how you can spend your time practicing this martial arts move. I think his band is Tool. You know, Mia Jovovich trains with this guy Mike and Caleb know person. Oh, Mike knows him real well. But it's just this one might be yours too.
Oh Jesus!
Sorry, I might have given you the wrong one, bro.
Oh, I opened two.
I totally did. Just scoot those to the middle.
I opened two.
Oh, was that two? Then there's two. Wait, two.
This is two.
Yes, but that's three. Yeah, okay. So scoot those to the middle, and we'll tackle those together. But I bet. I don't know. Mine had two. Man, we should follow the age thing. Like, we're too old for this. Like we forgot.
We need some kids.
We
come in here. We need some kids.
We need to be live streaming this.
We need some children.
Here's $100.
I'll show you my Purple Heart.
Dude, did you watch that Michael Jackson documentary, bro? The Finding Neverland.
I haven't seen it yet.
Dude, it's going to ruin Michael Jackson for you forever.
Oh, wait. Is it the one that showed all the Neverland stuff? Then I might have seen
it well, YouTube, it was about that Wade Robeson guy, the NSYNC choreographer. Like, and this other guy, they're like, hey, Michael Jackson molested us, and here's how he did it, and our stories are the exact same. And, like, it was disturbing. If you see one of these red ones, I need one of these red ones. I don't this is where they mess up sometimes. I've noticed this. I bet it's in your bag.
Oh, woman, please don't act like you know that. Did you hear that? She just talking shit. Yeah. Some people just talk shit. I mean, I know that we're amongst them, but damn it.
We're Maynard dick riders, dude.
Dude, that's okay. I become like the hormone monster on Big Mouth when we talk about him. You know what I'm talking about on Netflix, the Big Mouth?
No, I haven't.
It's a hormone monster. I become that like a big satyr.
Dude, did I send you, what was that band that
Come on, Maynard.
The Three Little Pigs song that Maynard was in that band back in the day?
Oh shit. Yeah, man, I've been watching that. I watched that whole show the other day.
I watched just the video of that one single or whatever.
Yeah, they did a version of Sober.
Really?
At the end of the show, they did. I think it was the end. They did Sober in it, but it was like really, really fast. The tempo was fast.
Interesting. Did you do anything for Black Friday, man?
No, dude. I got up and came here.
Yeah.
I couldn't sleep last night, so I stayed up watching Netflix.
I did stay up kind of late. Have you seen The Irishman yet?
No. I've been trying to finish off the third, I just started the first season of the third season. I'm sorry, of The Last Kingdom.
Oh, how's that?
Oh God,
it's
good? So historic.
Worthy watch.
Yeah,
Middle Ages,
Dark Ages. It's just historic. You know, everyone's, as a history major, you know, everyone's name is like Ethel this and Ethel that, like Ethelred, Ethel Cod, Ethel. Everything's Ethel something. So, which means noble.
I like.
It's all about Bebenberg. And
you've seen all the Game of Thrones, right?
Oh God, yeah.
They do such a good job with like naming characters, which I know it's George R.R. Martin, but
I like the nicknames. You know, like Rob and all that. They got really almost Southern sounding nicknames, and that gets me cracked up.
Dude, it is interesting to see names and words that have spread to the United States and where they came from in Europe and what have you.
Mm-hmm. You need some of this?
I need this, but in red. And just missing it.
Should be there.
Right? Do you see it?
Is it that?
Where? It's like twice this height.
Oh.
Right? Yeah, it's twice this height.
Is it two of them? Is it supposed to be two of them stacked together?
No, it's like one like this. It's like double, right?
Well, kind of backtrack and
yeah. See, that's part of this. I'm not doing my thing.
We need some children.
You got to organize the Legos.
Where's Bubbles?
This is Maynard. He says this in reference to growing the grapes. It's like you got to do your logistics.
We haven't done logistics for shit.
Yeah, I mean, I just sprang this on you. I'm like, dude, we're building Legos today, man.
Dude, you realize you could spring anything on me, and I'd be like, I'm down.
We have Legos, Maynard, and treats. So
you can find a bungee cord that'll hold me. I'm down.
Somewhere out, Pupperman somewhere out there and goes, did you just say treats? I heard you in there.
Look at this. Maynard on the pooper. Yeah, we're being creepy. I'm not gonna lie. We're enjoying.
He has hairy legs. Has hairy thighs.
You know, and that's a revelation for us right at this moment.
We've never seen Maynard's house.
I had never thought about it. Quite masculine.
Okay, first off, I've been growing like this extra hair on the back of my arms, like on my triceps. It's freaking me out, dude.
Have you been growing it on your knees yet?
I've kind of my knee hair has been kind of weird from grappling, right? I think it just like
Rubs
doesn't grow
off.
normally.
Yeah. Well, they say it gets weird when you get older. You grow ear hair.
Yeah, no, I've been watching for that, dude. Second puberty is what they call it.
Yeah.
You get ear hair and nose hair comes out longer.
Look at this guy making apple wine. You know what's interesting though? I never got a chance to finish the caduceus. I got the chupacabra, and it had this from Maynard's Vineyard, and it had this leathery taste and smell to it, and it instantly transported me to the smell of my grandfather's wallet. That I never even met my grandfather. My grandfather died in the 70s because my dad was born in 1932. And I was born very late.
Yes, I think we talked about it on the podcast, but that was like one thing, like when I first met your dad.
Yeah.
I was just like,
how is this possible, right?
Yeah.
I was shot out of a musket, bro. So that's Theo Vaughn.
That's funny.
So
Theo Vaughn's hilarious, man.
So but I still have my grandpa's wallet, and it smelled exactly like that. But it's chupacabra, the changeling, and the flavors literally changed to like this black cherry, to like back to the leather, back to the cherry, back to these flavors. I couldn't even like almost a blueberry. Yeah, and it constantly changed.
After tasting.
Oh, it was amazing! Right there in your mouth, it just changed flavors consistently. Almost a plum at one point.
Dude,
but the thing is, I was celebrating my dad's recovery in the hospital, but the next day, he took a turn for the worse, and he passed away the next day. But I'm so thankful that I had that happy moment for one night, you know?
Yeah.
And that's why I'll never forget that caduceus moment.
That's it. Is all of this background in Arizona? Because that was some beautiful countryside. I just anticipated this would be in the
Arizona.
desert.
No, Arizona's beautiful in places, you know, and a lot of places. It's like New Mexico. It's very beautiful. Now, the most beautiful place I've ever seen in America, and I've been all over except LA, is Southern Colorado. I've been all over Colorado, but Southern Colorado in the Sangre de Cristo Mountains, right about South Fork, Alamosa. It's a high mountain desert, but it rains every day, and there's that rainbow every single day.
Wow.
And it's a high mountain desert, but it rains, and it's green, but it's also a desert.
Does it rain in Seattle daily, or is that like a stereotype?
That's a stereotype. I've been to Seattle, and it didn't rain.
Did you see Bruce Lee's tombstone when you were there?
I've been to Bruce Lee. I went to Bruce Lee's tombstone. Brandon Lee's. It's right there next to it. Paid my respects. You have to. You go to Seattle, you got to go to Bruce Lee's tombstone.
I've never been to Seattle. I've never been to Portland. Never been to really any.
I'll tell you something about Seattle. It's strange because you can find your way around because it's like a small city in a sense. You get your bearings real quick. But it's very, very crowded. And there's people everywhere, and none of them are that friendly.
Yeah.
And they're very confused when you are friendly. Very confused. So like all these people, you know, we're in the South. We don't walk like the rest of the country. We saunter. We kind of have when we walk, you know, we're like, yeah, all right. We take things cool. We relax. They don't. Their walking speed in Seattle is our literal jog.
Okay, aggressive.
Everywhere. And you walk by and we're like, how's it going, man? And they're like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm well. I'm well. Yes, thank you. Confuse the hell out of them. So by nature, we kind of got angry and tribalistic about it. We're like, well, man, we're from the South then. And we started like being awfully Southern pride-like because we didn't like the way they were acting. Oh, they're talking about the blood of Christ now. What a stupid question. It's funny, but it's a stupid question. Who are you to put the blood of Christ in a bottle? He's Maynard. Maynard knows it's a stupid question. Yeah, come on now. The most profound thing Maynard says is at the end of the documentary. The very last lines. I'll save it.
This is funny. I shared this thing. It was Keanu Reeves' face on all these different things. I don't even remember what it was now, but it was hilarious. I shared it right before the podcast on the podcast page.
Yep.
Metal fish.
Oh, capes.
Oh, dude, there it is. I doubled up on that side. I
had a feeling it was
such an idiot, man. Jeez. Wait, no. Yes, that's exactly what happened. Did they do that to be funny, or is that?
I don't know, but he straight up called them douchebags. You got to wonder. Boy, those were the days. Caveman dragging your lady around by the hair. He said that so nonchalant. Look at me just stacking.
I like all this commentary that they have from all these like experts, local experts, right? It seems. Oh, hey, I talk about when grapes hit Rome and Greece.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Sound effects are amazing. You good at sound effects?
They can't hear. Yeah, but I can hear them.
Oh, are you good at sound effects?
Dude, that's good. Dude, you know what blows my mind? People that can beatbox. Right?
I'm not gonna embarrass myself, but I'm not bad.
Dude, Cora has a little nephew that can beatbox, and the little dude blew my mind when I heard him beatbox.
That's the thing. I say I'm not bad, but pretty much at this point, I used to be good in the standards of like the early 2000s. But now,
yeah, 2000.
Yeah,
you remember that,
O'Brien,
dude?
Man, that was a big deal.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Along with the masturbating bear.
I don't remember that one. On Conan, he was on Conan.
The masturbating bear. Yeah, it was just a dude in a black bear costume with underwear on that ran around masturbating to everything. Yeah, I know you can't really go wrong.
Legit.
Yeah, it's legit. But now any child can beat anyone at beatbox, any adult at beatboxing. Become like a rite of passage. I'm missing a head.
Oh, I got a couple of heads over here. I'm not really sure which one, but this one has like the Voldemort on the back. I don't know if he goes on that one or not. I got an extra head right here.
Double heads.
Here's some bodies and shit. There's some wands.
I need the buck tooth one. The rabbit tooth. I'm saying some really cruel shit here.
That it?
That's the one. You know what the target market for Legos is?
Us?
Yeah.
Like people our age.
No,
I know I've been
adult men, yeah, in their 30s.
Yeah, I've been buying the shit out. Like I went to a Lego store in like Nashville the other day, and like there's like this guy working there like my age, and he's like, "Dude, you want to look in the back?" And I was like, "Yeah." Showed me like the Millennium Falcon. And
Jesus!
All this shit they had, but they had the whole Harry Potter castle back there.
You didn't want to like show him how excited you were, did you?
It was funny. He's just like, he like took me to this door and he like opened it and was like, "Yeah, you see back there? Yeah, yeah." I'm like, "Dude, this is your job."
Jeez. I might get one broom done here. This is confusing.
Dude, the towers are not too confusing, but you know, I've already messed up once, so. Dude, getting stuff to not eat your plants, that's got to be super difficult.
Oh, has it been half an hour? You can.
Oh yeah. Hey, let me go get those.
All right. He just ran directly into a giant cardboard stand-up of Pennywise from It. We had that set up just for him. It was a setup. He reacted so quietly.
Dude, I got a student at the gym named George.
What?
But we call him Georgie because of the...
Oh, Georgie.
Georgie.
AJ had that in the car. I was like, yeah.
Is this his twist off?
Yeah, I don't know. Nope. I got a bottle opener, I think, in my
Yeah, I do
pocket.
too, actually. I just don't know if I... Yeah. So you didn't even know we were going to do Harry Potter Legos, but you coincidentally brought some butterbeer?
I had no idea.
Yeah.
But I knew you were a fan, so.
I've been needing to build this for a minute because I think I'm going to get a lot more for Christmas.
So you got to get started.
I've got over half the sets that they sell currently.
Yeah.
And then I could probably collect some of the more rare sets that they don't sell anymore, which I've got at least one or two of those. Oh, yeah. Maynard is dotting his I's and crossing his T's over here.
Ooh.
Oh, that's tasty, dude. Corey's going to be jealous.
I should have brought 3. I didn't even think about that.
Oh, no. I'm sure. She's had butterbeer because she goes to Disney. She's going to Disney in like a month or something.
Does she?
Yeah. You ever been to Disney?
I have not. Can you believe that? Now they got Star Wars down there, though. I got to make a trip out of it.
Man, I kind of want to go, but at the same time, like I'm getting more and more reclusive these days.
Shit, I feel you, dude.
I just want to, like, dude, like, why would I go do other shit when I could do what we're doing right now?
You know, it's everyone says that's a dangerous mentality, but damn it, it's my mentality.
Dude, I don't think it's dangerous at all. I think what ruins people is them having to do stuff they don't want to do.
Fucking A. Absolutely, though. Really? I mean, really.
Like, I mean, really, what creates discontentment? But, and then too, I also tell people, I'm like, well, that, but also, you know, doing just exclusively shit I love kind of stresses me out sometimes too. Because, I mean, like, that's it. Like, that I get to do exclusively shit that I love. Like,
well, that really makes me feel better because I was really afraid for you for a long time. I thought that you were just going to burn yourself to death. Because you were burning the candle at 15 ends, man.
Yeah, and I still kind of do. But it's, I tell people no a lot.
Well, that's what you have to learn to do, though.
Yeah. I'm just like, or like, people try and get with me on something, and I'm like, I just may not get back with them for a few days. Like, I can't do things on a short notice. I can't.
Absolutely.
I have to schedule things. I'm trying to get more understanding to like people doing things to like what I perceive as wasting my time, because I'm not very understanding when it comes to stuff like that taking place. Like the other day, for example, like the shop asked me to bring my vehicle in so they could swap something for me. So I brought my vehicle in and was going to go without a vehicle for a couple of days, but they didn't have the part. So like I brought my vehicle into them for a day for like, and it was a misunderstanding and everything, but I just try and be more understanding about stuff like that, because like I'm less understanding because I'm like, yeah, I work 12 hours every day, like in one way or another. So
right, yeah.
I hate losing out on time and ability to be able to do stuff. Poison. Like they're like holding hands.
Yeah. Look.
You know, Maynard probably came up with all this weird shit just to get us to talk about it and do podcasts about it and be like, "What's this dude up to? What's he doing?"
That kind of shit doesn't even faze me now, though, because I'm so used to it. Oh, right.
Partner. Keep on rolling, baby. Dude,
I've got it.
You remember Limp Bizkit, man?
Very well. They're actually producing new music.
They just did a show like last year for $3 for $3. $3 bill.
$3?
$3 bill, y'all. Like in Hollywood, to like
Bro.
celebrate their album that is like a 20th anniversary or something like that. Hooker with a penis. See, they can't hear what he's saying, so for me to just say hooker with a penis out of context is funny. This dude's talking about Maynard's song titles.
All of a sudden, it's just a mild bit of Tourette's. Not real Tourette's here. We know the difference. I'm really enjoying just the background music to this more than I should. How often in life do we just get background music that's Pussifer and
I bet this was like from Maynard's top shelf of like, I mean, it's literally what he wanted to put in the background of his life.
That's what I want to put in the background of my life. Okay, this broom took so long. I love hearing him say that. Yep. This is going to end up being a show of much silence and then us just saying random things that we're hearing. But the truth is,
people should have watched it with us. Okay. Like Joe Rogan's Fight Companions, like they tell them to watch. Right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the people know when I started the show.
Well, what's interesting though, is he's telling the truth as you start off as a musician, trying to get all this stuff off your chest. Some people get in it for the money. I mean, if not most of them or half of them, or God knows. But it becomes, at some point, you're just like an actor, anyone in the entertainment industry, you become a salesman. Mm-hmm. You're trying to sell something. If it's not your agenda, then it's someone else's agenda.
Well, isn't that what
agenda.
Hooker with the Penis is about?
That's a good point.
Which one of the songs is it he wrote that's like, yeah, fuck you, buddy, I sold my soul for this song?
I sold my soul to make a record.
Yeah.
I've quoted that so many times.
Isn't that Hooker with the Penis? He's calling himself a hooker because, I think it is.
You know, that's funny because I've quoted that song so many times.
Dude, that's getting back into the depths. Like just think about it. Like 2 Tool albums in the last 13 years. Like, and we're talking about like the second album, or was it the third album? I can't remember.
I'm ashamed of myself.
Well, we're gonna have to. I did the Satan album.
Yes,
we live listened to that. Colby and I did, but we'll have to do. I would like to do, because here's the thing: like, how often do people just sit around and listen to an album and just like together? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like what we did with the Perfect Circle album when it came out, or what we did with the Tool album when it came out.
We do a lot of that.
Yeah, I mean, but that's like, it's just like the art of talking is kind of lost these days. It tastes like cream soda, bro. I love cream soda.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, I did a boomer thing. Did you see that? I was making fun of Texty. Everyone's talking about OK Boomer right now. You want to commentate on that?
Bro, back in the day, I could text on a Motorola Razr in my pocket so fast. I was like,
one thumb, bitches.
Yeah.
What do you think about this OK Boomer movement? Have you ever heard this?
Yeah, well, I think it's stupid. I think that's stupid. I think that the elder millennial thing is stupid. I think that creates division and argument.
Tribalism?
Well, like, okay, so like this, I'll tell you a funny story. Like, this guy's just on my podcast recently. There's this guy, and he's a student of mine, but he's also like a local figure in the community. But he had sent me this long video, and I didn't have time to watch it when he sent it to me, right? But it was basically a video kind of talking shit about millennials, but kind of reconciling the existence of... But it was this guy who's just really going into it bigly.
Yes.
And I didn't watch the video he sent me. I'd seen it somewhere else, and then I shared it, and I was offended by it. I was like, I'm a millennial, and I don't fit any of these stereotypes.
Yeah.
You know? And I was like, and I don't agree with it's like this generation talking shit about this generation. I was like, this generation was raised by that generation. And I think that there's a lot of it just creates division with that. And but that guy saw that I'd shared and that video and was upset and thought he'd saw. So like it taught me a valuable lesson in that sense, because I was like, he like sent me a message apologizing, or like saw me as apologizing because of what I thought about it. And I was like, dude, I didn't even know you sent me that video. I didn't have time to watch it. I saw somebody else sharing it because it was viral.
What have you done?
It taught me a lesson to watch stuff when people send it to me without, or just tell them I didn't watch it, or not share things that I don't really do research on. Man, Mia Jovovich is awesome. Even Jesus had days like this. What? That's funny. His shirt.
She's a tall woman. I love her language. Her language on The Fifth Element, the Icelandic that she created for that character. Big bada boom. Chicken good.
Hey, we were just listening to this in the gym earlier.
It's creepy. He said it's creepy. He said that Mila's such a big fan of his that it's creepy. He said that. It's weird to hear him say something like that. Play my music on your movie. Play my music on your movie.
But isn't that how it works? You know what I'm saying? Like,
exposure.
If you were him, would you not want to take care of...
Hell yeah.
Or vice versa? I mean, I would have no interest in my music being on somebody's movie I didn't know. you know.
But you'd want it to be on him, yeah. I'm not sure this is the right hair. Do you see a really conservative brown hair somewhere? I say really conservative, like conservatives have hair. 1960s conservative brown hair.
Is that it?
You know what I mean? Like, I'm a preacher, and it's the...
I'm a preacher man.
Actually, that's a terrible description.
Pompadour?
Yeah, preachers have pompadour, so not... Oh, look at that, Patton Oswalt. Dude, I've hung out with him.
Yeah, he's big time into the OC. You met him?
Yeah, I've hung out with him in Seattle.
That's cool.
We were laughing about how much filthy language he used in his routine that we had just watched him do. He had just been opened up for by Mike Birbiglia, which you might have seen.
Oh, dude, I love Mike Birbiglia.
Yeah, we went and saw the tiniest little show. And of course, it was all clean. Everything was clean. It was like a family show. And then Patton comes out. It was at Bumbershoot Music Festival. And all of a sudden, it's this tiny little venue. And all of a sudden, Patton comes out and he's like, yeah, so like... This guy in the hotel last night in the hot tub was shaving his balls. And all of a sudden, all these kids just started leaving. And he was laughing about it. He's like, Mommy, can I have an elephant ear? And he comes outside. Me and Tyler were like getting an elephant ear. He's like, you guys need an elephant ear too? And we were just like laughing our ass off. We just hung out with him for just a minute, you know, just a few minutes, you know, laughing about the elephant ears. But still, I'm like, hey, I met this guy. I bet he has no memory of it, but he's like the coolest dude. Is this
at Maynard's store?
Yeah, at the little.
That's on his little ranch.
Yeah, man, he's got a food truck there now that I would just probably kill to try some of the food there. Have you seen
how many people stop in there every day?
Have you seen the new interview with Maynard? Who was there? It was.
Does he do jiu-jitsu on it?
No.
Well, there's a new little 4-part thing where he does quite a bit of jiu-jitsu in it.
Guy Fieri. He said Tannis. That's the wrong word. He said Tannis. Damn it, Patton. Tannins. Don't worry, I'm nobody. I can say that. Don't be insulted. I'm
Tannis. What is Tannis?
It's tannins. He just said the wrong word.
But what is Tannis? Tannis is something.
I don't know. Probably.
I've heard that word before.
He can get away with anything, man. He's so famous. He's such a good dude too. Shit. Now I'm trying to remember. There's nothing vinegar like. I mean, I know what they're talking about, the vinegar smell and taste and stuff. Okay, so like if you're going to buy wine, let me give you my suggestion. Don't buy Merlot. Okay, I consider it the leavings, the bologna of wine.
Did you just have your favorite. Did you have yours just shipped? You just bought it from Maynard?
Yeah, it was shipped.
Yeah, shipped. I might do that before we finish this up. You can tell me which.
But don't buy anyone's Merlot. Merlot is just, if you've got nothing else better to drink and you just want something, you really got to be used to red wines to even appreciate it at all. Cabernet is dead center. Okay, of red wine, Cabernet is dead center. It's jackass. It is the Coca-Cola. It's the dead center of wine. You see what I mean? It's the gold standard.
Yeah.
Okay, that's Cab. And Maynard's Cab was known as his best during the making of this. His Cab was his best. But the finest red that I've come to find out is Pinot Noir. But like I said, what the hell do I know? But as throughout my journey, the best reds I've had were Pinot Noirs. But I'm also Arkansan, so I'm a big fan of Muscadine.
Did you like how I was like, hey,
regional Muscadines?
Bro, you got any more of that musky?
You got any musky?
Like, we're doing this podcast about wine.
Shit.
Hey, you got any of that bootleg Muscadine homemade wine?
That's the thing, though.
Green?
See, a lot of these guys, all these famous winemakers, they've never tried Arkansas musky. That's a thing now. That's a regional thing, you know?
Dude, I was writing a song on my mandolin about like my grandma's house growing up, and because she, well, you know where Hartman's at, don't you?
sweet, right? Go ahead, though. I'm listening.
My grandma had there had some muscadine vines over by her. Like what are those cellars where the canning cellar? They had a wild, an old house that they lived in, and a canning cellar, and there's a wild muscadine vine back there.
That's amazing. I love when muscadine first falls off the vine and has just hit the ground. It's a good time to eat it.
So,
and when it's in the wild, it's completely different than when it's raised. If you can find somebody that's got them, see, that's the difference. When you find somebody that's got them growing wild on their property, like the bootleg I used to bring to you, you see the difference.
Hey,
it was incredible,
bro. I don't know if they've been producing or what. I've never really walked back there and checked out, but we have some muscadine vines at the current gym. We'll be moving soon.
Yeah.
And I'm setting, so my music studio is crowded there because it is my absolute plan to do a multi-purpose studio at the new location. So this could be one of our last podcasts here. Because the gym studio, I'm going all out on it, man. I am very much looking forward to it.
That sounds amazing, man.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. It's gonna be good. I need to.
I'm really glad y'all pulled that together. I bet it was a nightmare, but I'm glad it came together.
Well, it couldn't have worked out any better because here's the thing. Like Jamie, who's selling us back to basics, like it was on the market. It was too expensive, and we're buying it for the right price, and that makes all the difference. Yeah, he's talking about it.
See? Oh, I nailed that.
I got a cottonwood out back.
Holy tree. I'm drinking.
It sounds like running water when the wind blows.
Oh yeah.
Sounds like a stream.
You got a good sense of smell?
Yes, I think so. I don't think it's overly sensitive, though. I don't think I'm like...
it's a curse when it is.
I don't get like nauseous and stuff. Like it's not like hypersensitive in that like it really affects other senses. You know what I'm saying?
My mom has an extreme sense of smell, and my dad had a very, very good one. So I was very lucky, but also very cursed with a very good sense of smell. And then I did the whole wine journey, and he's right. Once you gain that, it's like a power. So when I'm like, as a chef, when I'm spicing food, I very rarely have to taste my food. I can tell by the smell exactly how it's going to taste.
Yeah.
I very rarely have to taste the food.
Isn't it crazy how older people get even more so? Like I remember my grandma would like there were no measurements.
Well,
it was
that's
like,
baking.
Like
it's like casting a spell.
Yeah.
Well, it's actually it's like a canvas, you know. But when you're baking, you are. Oh, look at that sweet tower! I'm about to start on the rings. When you're a baker, it is science. Perfect measurements. When you are a cook, you are recreating what chefs have created. When you're a chef, it is you are painting a canvas, a blank canvas. It's like magic. I can chef. I cannot recreate, and I cannot. I mean, there's a few things I can, but I sure as hell I'm not that good of a baker. I don't have much use for it. That's why most chefs are like, I have a pastry chef to do that for me. I'm not going to bake. It's because they can't.
Yeah, baking seems like it's
a science. It's on a different level. There's science and there's creativity. Those come from different parts of your brain, bro.
What So what are you and Kyle been up to? You been doing any new music?
Man, we've got this wonderful song that we've actually put it together a good while back, and I'm really looking forward to putting it together. It's called Origami.
You might have mentioned that.
Yeah, I'm really happy that's going to definitely be a good single. We've been taking our time with it, and we've got I got about 4 new sets of lyrics I'm putting beats to right now. I've just really been taking my time. I'm not going to rush into it. And I've been working with a couple new websites, Hit Record. And you've heard of Hit Record. It's Joseph Gordon-Levitt's website.
No, I haven't. But
and it's fantastic.
I like that, dude.
It's just it's a place for all content creators to get together. Someone writes a poem, you can write some music to it. Someone writes a music, you can write some. You can paint some pictures for it. Or if someone makes a video game like they're doing right now, they're making a game called Beyond Good and Evil.
Yeah.
You can write some music that'll be played on the video game and on
kind of like a Fiverr, but for music and creativity. Like
except it's free. Yeah, you don't have to pay people to do it. You collaborate. It's a collaborator's website.
Interesting.
So I'm trying to get together a SoundCloud and stuff like that. I've just been really taking my time on it because we're not in a hurry. He just moved down to the area and we're building a studio there at his house eventually.
Where's Kyle living now?
He's in Clarksville. He's like a minute and a half from my house.
That's great.
So we're going to just kind of start building our own little
dude, I had the perfect board picked out for the new studio. Hey, I might want to get rid of this board over here. The one I use for this podcast, it's a USB board.
Oh, really?
But dude, here's what I'm wanting to get: a board that I can record SD audio on the board. I had this Behringer X32 picked out, bro, and it had a built-in audio interface.
Right. And
it sold. Olson's was selling it, and I watched it. I watched it go down from $2,200 to $1,500, and Cora told me to buy it, and I didn't jump on it. And it sold. But I can get one off Reverb. I'm looking on Cyber Monday and stuff. But I will say, bro, like, if you want to help me collaborate,
I would love to.
See, here's the thing. Like, I want the podcast to be like that website you were just talking about in a way.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's like a collective effort. Like, I've been encouraging of other people. Like, okay, so for example, here was Dylan's idea. So, like, we're not doing a music Unraveled. We're doing a movie, TV related show with this, right? After the show. Mm-hmm. But Dylan was like, bro, you got to have the music Unraveled. It's like once a month, book an artist.
Yeah.
To come perform.
Oh shit!
Right?
I'd love that. Yeah,
yeah. And so like somebody I'm trying to have on the podcast pretty soon would be Adam Fawcett.
Yeah, I know him.
Right. Got lots of listens on Spotify.
I know of him. I haven't.
I've never met Adam Fawcett. I've met Nash Moore.
Yeah.
But Nash should be an example of somebody else.
Right.
There's several local bands with like professors I know in them, but what I'm wanting to do, bro, is I'm wanting to set up all my recording studio stuff, all of this. Right. Like the new studio is going to be the size of my living room in there. Did we stop by the new gym, you and I?
No, we didn't.
Okay, I couldn't remember if like one day on your way out, we went and stopped by, but it is. It's going to be big. I'm going to have room to do more.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's going to be good. But I want it. I very much want the podcast to be like a collective thing because, dude, there's always going to be 6 hours a day that I'm not in there. Always. You know, unless I stop teaching, which is not something I want to do. Like, I don't want to stop teaching. So it's I've talked to different people. I'm like, dude, do you want to run a podcast out of there? Or do you want to take over one of the shows? Or you want to run your own version of one of the shows? Like an MMA Unraveled.
Yeah.
You know, I could get some of my guys interested. It's like this Sunday we're doing a Jiu-Jitsu Unraveled where all we do is just watch Eddie Bravo defeat Royler Gracie not once but twice.
Oh, my God.
So, I mean, we're going to watch both of them.
Eddie's fun to listen to, man.
He really is. Dude's wild.
So look at that grape cap.
Wow.
Yeah, see that?
Interesting. said teabag.
You want to start a winery, bro?
Kinda, yeah. I mean,
We just need $12 million.
That back here behind us, it's kind of damp.
It's about $12 million to start a decent winery, but everything's cheaper in Arkansas. So,
dude, the new gym I am excited about. Like, I'm just antsy to get in there and get to working. Like, I'm excited to, like, you know, I tell people this, like, I may keep a at-home recording studio. I have the mobile podcast set up. I can record at my office. But what I may do, that's wild.
bubbles. Yeah. But yeah,
That's interesting, the thing that he's using to press him down. But yeah, the new studio is going to be a game changer. Because, like, man, just having, like, I know with a lot of guests, it's going to be easier to have a neutral third spot. Like a neutral location to get together for somebody that, like, they might not know who I am. Like, here's one thing I'll tell you. Like, and I know it's stupid to think this, but, like, I haven't had a whole lot of females on the podcast. And, like, that's one thing I think I'll be able to change. Because it's like I'm doing the podcast at the house. Like, I don't, like, it's not a big deal to me, but I just, like, I don't know. I like having people over, like, when I don't know if it's inappropriate or if it makes people feel weird. It doesn't make me feel weird, but I'm just trying to be, like, empathetic to, I'm going over to this dude's house I don't really know. And it's just me and him out there at his house podcasting in his back room. And so for, like, a 110-pound female, I don't know if that's intimidating to them. For most of the people I would ask to come over, it would have to be something like me and you. So I think it opens up my audience of people I could potentially ask over. Like, hey, meet me at this neutral third location. This off
neutral location.
It's not at my house. It's not at your house. It's not at your job. It's not at my job. It's just it's at my business. But really, how we're doing the podcast at the new studio has its own entrance and exit, the glass door from the outside. And it's not connected to the gym. So
I would have never even thought of it. You know, that's funny because we don't think about stuff like that. I'm glad you thought of that. I
thought about it, and then, like, I know this sounds weird, but I made it a point, and, like, unless I have really strong ties with the person, to not make it a situation, like, you know, like, where it's like, okay, I'm gonna be sure Core is here when you come over or something like that, you know, just like to where it's like it didn't, or like it seems stupid. Well, I mean,
yeah,
but I'm just trying to be sensitive to people and not wanting them to feel that way.
Come on over, ladies. We'll have it in the basement.
Yeah, bro. Bill Cosby's out here drugging people and stuff, man.
Drink the butterbeer, the cold brew coffee.
Dude, how much?
Take a nap.
Yeah. How much of our childhood is a lie with this Bill Cosby shit, dude?
Oh my God, I was watching Norm Macdonald talk about that.
And how much did they call on Family Guy? Kevin Spacey, Michael Jackson, dude. Bruce Jenner, like Caitlyn, whatever she's calling herself. I don't know. I just try and be politically correct, man.
Norm Macdonald, I was watching him on YouTube yesterday talk about this shit. Yesterday. And he was like, you know, everyone says, he said Patton Oswalt was asking him, don't you think the worst part about the Bill Cosby situation was the hypocrisy of it all? And he said, no, I don't think that's the worst part. I think the worst part was the raping.
That too.
I think the hypocrisy is probably down here somewhere.
The hypocrisy's bad, but the fact that he is like what I said, like he shakes up your old childhood.
There's the raping up here, then there's the drugging, and then there's the scheming.
Dude, I heard how many. I was reading this big article about him being in prison, and he said he would never say that he felt remorse. He's still saying that this is a smear campaign. He's saying the jury was tainted. And he's serving like he can't even maybe get out for like 9 years, dude. And like he's gonna be dead. He said that in the article that there's like this, he has a big following in there. He's in general population. He's like,
oh my God,
he's an important person.
He's in Gen Pop though? Really?
Yeah.
What's happening to him? But he's kind of an icon, so.
Dude, I'm gonna I'm going to order some wine before we finish this podcast, and we'll schedule another one for over Christmas break. We need to do a Pussifer album next.
I'd love to.
Right?
I love it.
I've never listened to a whole Pussifer album from front to back.
Really?
Really?
Damn.
I've only heard clips. I've only heard like 3 songs from this album. I never listened to one all the way through. That's what I say, like, dude, because like think about when and where we are. Like it's just, and then too, my schedule. It's like, well, that's why I just make an excuse to sit down and listen to one, and call it a podcast.
I went to a Pussifer show in Memphis, very intimate show.
I think you were telling me about it. Was that like
right after my dad
Maynard
died.
like pulled out a cart? Like,
that wasn't just a cart, man. It was one of them Airstream trailers that you pull behind your car or pull behind your truck. You know, it was a camper trailer. It was outstanding. He comes out and he's got his jeans and his beautiful leather coat on, and he's got a Stetson hat. Looks like.
Dude, was I telling you any at all? I know I text you while what was going on, but did I tell you? Did we talk about the Tool show?
What?
I just saw Tool in Tulsa.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
that, right?
Yeah. You sent me clips of it.
Did I show you the photos? Here, I'll show you. We got some good photos.
Look at this, Judith. That's his mother's name. She always wanted to travel the world, so he scattered her ashes on the grapes, or on the ground, and then bottled the wine and shipped it all over the world. So she finally got to travel the world.
Was his mom like paralyzed or something? Like had like a debilitating brain aneurysm?
10,000 days.
Yeah,
for 10,000 days.
Okay, scroll this way and look at those photos from the Tool show.
That's what he's saying. 29 years in that state.
Fuck, man.
See? Look at that.
Maynard's dad works at the vineyard. How much does a bottle go for, roughly retail?
I can't say because my girlfriend ordered it for me, so I don't know.
Did you listen when Jeff Woods came on my podcast? He was talking about this dude's like one of my mentors.
Yeah.
He was talking about dying, and this guy's like a deep thinker, man. And he's like, dude, he was even saying, don't. Oh wow. He was saying, don't burn me, plant me. Plant me as a tree, so I can like kind of what he was saying, like with the ashes and stuff. But
you see that silk screen you got on camera here?
I don't know. Can you see it?
Yeah, I see it. It says silk screen.
Okay, yes.
That's from the Pussifer show. He's had that for a while. I'm guessing.
Are you talking about the screen behind?
Yeah, that's a silk screen.
Okay. So this is something else that I just like remembered. They had these like a beaded curtain all the way around the stage. Some of the crazy, and it produced like visuals that had like a depth and texture to them that was unlike anything I had seen at a show before.
Silk screen like that is beautiful. I actually, the first time I ever saw something like that, and this is embarrassing, the first time I ever saw anything like that was in Branson, Missouri.
Oh, wow.
Of all places. But during a Pussifer show, he had something like that, a big silk screen like that, and it was going off, and it looked like at one point he was just worshiping the sun as he was singing this one part, and then another part, lightning would strike him with that, and it looked like it was a 50-foot screen. It looked like it was striking him.
Man, psychs in general are so so fascinating what you can do on them.
Right? Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Oh, this is where he gets it tasted.
I remember when he came on Joe Rogan and brought the wine. Like, right, this would have been back around this probably the same time. Interesting.
Wine scores. This is a serious deal right here, man.
Interesting.
This is like he's tasting. This is like the tournament. This is the serious shit right here.
Like I like seeing like the ritual they go through before they even taste.
Well, you have to smell. They talked about that earlier. We were amidst conversation, but this guy knows his shit. He's so trained. Damn. You know, you get a whole different flavor when you spit it versus swallowing. Facts. Plus, you don't get drunk.
Wow. First time you tried it?
Oh, there's a lot more. They get a guy in there that really goes after it. I'm getting most of my pieces from this bag over here.
I even got a couple pieces from that bag. The couple of the brown pieces.
It's a good damn conspiracy. That's the thing, like with a music judge, it comes down to personal taste. It's the same with getting your food tested.
I know. That's some things, it's like, maybe you and I have talked about this. Like, how can you judge art?
Well, you can.
It's like an essay. Like, can it be wrong?
Well, actually, it can. I learned this, and I stand by it. I went to a liberal arts college, and one of the first things they taught there at U of O, for all you other people out there, and they'll laugh when they hear this, one of the first things that they did at that college, and I had transferred from Tech of all places, and when they asked you your opinion at Tech, that was it. You couldn't get it wrong. It was your opinion. Went to a liberal arts college, liberal arts. I was thinking, well, hell, I can say anything here. I found out really quick that you can have an opinion, and that opinion can be wrong. They'll flat out say, yeah, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. You are wrong. Your opinion is wrong. So actually,
I don't want to go to your college, John. They're mean over there.
They are mean. You better know your stuff.
Yeah, I get that too. And like, I've had professors like that too, that they were just more stringent, more strict.
A lot of tobacco flavors in wine. Leathery, see? That's what I tasted, was leather. I forgot what the total score is. Where did that? Well,
I feel you, dog. I'm not either.
People who are listening or watching this with us, it's gonna be like, what? You're not what? Why? What's he talking about? No, you're gonna have to watch it with us to know what he just said. Don't tell him, bro. Don't give him anything.
I'm just saying, I'm more of a butt guy.
See, oh,
I love this song, dude.
I'm moving slow, man. Like smoke off a turd, bro.
Bro, you're doing different stuff than me. Like, I'm building these individual towers. You're building like a whole structure over there.
No, I'm not. I'm
leading the conversation slow. While I'm like trying to be an
drinking
engineer.
three forms of sugar and caffeine, and I'm still moving slow. It's because I'm really being way. We too
really
precise.
were like, let's turn it over the top with the multitasking.
And you know, I'm really terrible at multitasking. Did you know that multitasking is the leading cause of depression in America? multitasking. So you see all these kids who are like, I got a phone over here, I got some other shit over here, and I'm watching TV.
Do you think some people are wired for that?
No.
Really?
No, human beings are not. No, you wonder. You wonder why there's so much success, like in humans that focus on one thing at a time. Yeah, they're happier. They're more content. It's seriously a cause of depression. I stand by that, and I mean, a lot of people are going to argue with it, but it's absolute truth. Multitasking leads to depression. True chemical depression.
Yeah, Cora gets irritated with me. I always am doing multiple things. Like I'll be watching something while I take notes, and I'm listening to a podcast in the background. It's just something else, you know?
Yeah.
I was doing that the other day. I was watching some old jiu-jitsu DVDs I had. And taking notes, and then like had a Joe Rogan's podcast playing in the background.
Yeah, that'll depress you. I hate to tell you that, man, but it's true. I had to learn that the hard way. That to focus on one thing at a time will lead to more contentment in life. Now, I'm not saying that I do it either.
It's difficult. Like
it's
because like we always
struggle.
Like music's playing while I'm doing this. There's always kind of something else going.
It's something to try to do. Oh. Look, they're gonna go meet the Dark Lord. No, I'm very aware he's just a man, but it's kind of fun to deify him.
Dude, he's the Messiah, okay? What are you talking about? He's the Messiah.
I'm just trying not to sound crazy today, but dude, they know better, bro. I
remember like when me and Colby went and saw A Perfect Circle in Core 2 in Dallas. Colby left there being like, why does this dude talk about Jesus so much? Because the Perfect Circle album is even more talking about Jesus than like all the Tool albums, the last one. And but I mean, Maynard does talk about Christ a lot.
He absolutely does.
That's hilarious. Country boner. Here we go. This is hilarious.
That's so crazy. Because you were like just talking about him talking about Jesus,
dude. It's a thread that holds his work together, bro. Like all three of his bands. Like think about it. Like that last Perfect Circle album that we reviewed on the podcast. Like he talks about Jesus a lot. Earlier, what song is it that talks about? Deaf, dumb, and blind, and born to follow. What you need is someone strong to guide you.
Oh yeah,
that those lyrics. But what's the one? It's an older Perfect Circle song. I'm blanking out. I'm gonna find it and then I'll read the lyrics.
That's crazy how they're doing that right now.
Dude, it might have been Judas, but I don't think it was. Oh yeah, it was Judas. Okay. Your set's an inspiration for all the things that I'll ever choose to be.
Yep.
Oh, so many ways for me to show you how the Savior has abandoned you. Fuck your God, your Lord, and your Christ.
He did this.
See, that's a real out there one.
But he was very, very, very mad when he wrote that.
Yeah, I like it. I like this. This is the one. He did it all for you, John. Okay?
Yep.
He did.
I know that song word for word.
He did it all for you. Dude, I love that song.
I know that song word for word, man. He holds a note out in that song that should never have been able to be held out that long.
Maynard's a special person, man. He really is. Like a savior or a messiah or a hero is a special type of person. Like, you know, I mean, like that guy is in 3 fucking bands. He has this wine vineyard that we're watching about. Like,
The Art of Work.
yeah.
I can only imagine. Getting somewhere.
So, bro, I just want to keep talking about the Mandalorian. Like,
Oh, please,
holy
dude.
shit!
I haven't seen today's episode though. So
Like, it's
spare me a little
good,
bit of
man.
that.
Can I give you one small spoiler?
Okay.
There's an ATST walker.
Okay, yeah, I knew there was going to be with 2 Klaatuinians in it. You know how I knew that?
How?
Legos.
All right, dude. I told Cora, I was like, you know, after
It's sad that I'm saying that, but
after I'm done with the Harry Potter Legos, I'm just gonna start.
that's
Star
a big
Wars
demon.
Legos.
That's a big demon.
Yeah. Oh, I imagine.
Okay, here's the judge. So the theme song's incredible, right?
Oh yeah.
Is it Mandalorian? Yeah.
I like. You know, it reminded me kind of Tron in the beginning, how they do the helmets and shit.
It's a spaghetti western. This guy is no bullshit. Can you hear that? How dare you, sir? Oh, I like that decanter. Look at that. Did you see that? Oh, see? Sanjo and Merlot grapes. He mixes a lot. Boy, his winemaker knows his stuff. Dried cherry, see? Yeah. I haven't had that, but I know it's a good wine.
The Etruscans, Tuscany.
It's cool to see Maynard excited about someone judging a project of his. You know, can you imagine him being excited about someone judging his product? What?
I feel that way like in jiu-jitsu, like with rank, you know, it's like, hey, here's my art. It's what I've been working on the whole time I've been doing this.
I can't imagine.
It's just like what you're saying. It's weird when you get to judging stuff like this. But there are experts in every field that can be a
Well,
quote,
black
unquote,
belt, what's it like, though? For someone to come along and go, wow, what's that like?
It's different. it's weird. Like, there's like your peers, and then there's people that try and lord over you, and then there's people that are just like mind blown. And I think all three types exist and treat you differently. Somebody's never going to let you be their peer. Somebody's going to always let you be their peer, and somebody will never see themselves as your peer, even at black belt.
This kills me because I know some people you're talking about, and I really want to like make comparisons, but we can't because we're on a public forum right now. But damn, I want to ask some questions.
We can talk about it later.
Yeah.
But
I can't imagine.
I always use the metaphor of academia, man. It's like,
yes,
in academia, like the other day, man. Here's a great testament. I went on campus to see you know Thurman Storing, dude.
Here's the cab I was telling you about. Yes, no, I don't know.
But you don't know who Thurman is? He's coming on the podcast Wednesday.
Oh, okay. Yes.
He just did his master's thesis defense.
Yes.
Julie Storing is his sister. She's younger. She's my age.
I know the name. Like I said, I know the name. I kind of know everybody that you.
Thurman's probably in between your age and my age. Okay. He hasn't been on the show yet, but like I know him, and I've known him for a long time. Right. So, what was I saying about Thurman? Fuck. Why did we start talking?
He got his master's.
Yeah, but.
There's a lot going on, man. Multitasking is a bitch.
Sorry, dude. I'm making us depressed. I'll finish my second tower, though.
Well, see, you're so far ahead.
See, dude, I didn't know how it would go if we would just sit here in silence watching this documentary and not talk. So I was like, we need to build Legos, too.
The show must go on.
And then we're going to see what's in that treat box over there.
Oh, shit. I got a whole box of stuff here. Still got two Lego.
Still got to build a blue tower, dude.
Oh, my God.
See, this thing lied because I know good and well that's box number 2 over there.
Yeah.
I guess it's telling us we're starting. But... there's some numbering confusion here. Your instruction says 2 on it, right? No shit,
and I've been pulling from this one the whole time.
That's actually the booklet that goes with the third one.
Damn right, because I've been pulling from this one the whole time.
This is when the second book starts.
Lies.
Yeah, it's confusing, man. You can't, like...
It's almost like you need to dump everything out into one pile, but they say, don't do that. That's the wrong thing. Lies. You can pull from my pile, bro.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to need to put it out in the middle here in a second. Look at these little, like, this is interesting. Like, the child legs don't move.
No, they're like child / hobbit / dwarf legs.
Oh, nice. We got this one put together.
Yeah, I got a couple of them. That one shoots. Yeah. Have you seen how it shoots?
Wow.
You push the little button, it's going to fly, dude. Skadoosh.
Nice.
What?
Yes.
Brings you back to the toys from the 80s that actually shot. They were dangerous. People died.
Don't sell toys like that anymore. No. Dude, my dad and I were talking about this, but like all the people that are getting out of the gun business is remarkable, right?
What? Nobody's selling guns now?
Walmart is going to stop selling guns. And
what about Atwoods?
I don't know about Atwoods, but
I bought like 3 guns at Atwoods.
Dick's or Academy, I can't remember which one I bought.
Dick's Sporting Goods sells guns.
I'm pretty sure it's. I think they both sell guns, and Dick's out of the 2 is stopping.
Dick's Sporting Goods had some good guns.
Yes, and like they were because Dad told me. Well, he was telling me Academy had these crazy gun sales, and you get
so.
Go ahead.
Where in the hell are people going to buy guns besides pawn shops in local areas and stuff like that?
Local mom and pop gun stores, pawn shops.
Just pawn shops.
Also online.
Okay, so why are the major retailers stopping selling firearms?
Just because of the controversy.
They're just one out of it?
Yeah, basically. I mean, dude, think about it. Like, I'm pro gun is all get out. I got a gun right over there. But fuck, man, can people just stop killing each other at schools? Jesus fuck, man. Like, and I'm taking away guns is not going to make that go away, because I think that criminals are always going to be able to get guns because they don't go. But also, I do agree that there needs to be some, I don't want to say progressive legislation, but like, you and I could be totally unhinged fucking crazy people and go to the gun show in Conway and fucking buy a gun and not get checked. Not get like
No,
not see if we're on the crazy person
No,
list.
walk out of there with a brown bag and that'd be it.
Yeah, and
I've done it.
that has got to go away.
Yeah.
That's one thing. And then another thing, like I'm not going to renew my concealed.
Yeah.
But like, I don't want to be on a list anymore. Like anytime you apply for something, it gets a federal background check. Like it's just a way for them to profile you. You know, I think that until they work like a driver's license, I will never get another concealed. Like if I drove from here to California, I would break half a dozen laws and be considered a felon.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like just for driving with my strap. And I don't get that. And nor do I want to be a part of some. It's just weird. It's just like with where we are in open carry, I don't have to have a permit anymore. So.
No, there's major open carry availability right here.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. I've been to Harps 3 times in the past year, and I've seen dudes walking around with a gun, like just a big old hog right there on the side.
Yeah,
and I'm thinking, are they a cop? Hell no, they're not a cop. It's like Jim Joe Bob.
It's
just carrying his gun to
well, and I got no problems with that. You know what I think about it? I'm like, this is a dude that's gonna shoot whoever is crazy. You know,
it was a detriment. It made me want to be like, all right, I'm cool. Calmed me down. Actually,
it is.
It was a little scary at first, but I mean,
it's just not because you're not used to seeing it.
No, hell no.
But I see, you know, all these stories I hear more and more. People being like, yeah, somebody tried to commit a mass shooting and such so and so.
They're asking him if he wants to do a reality show. Listen to what he says to him. This is what I wanted you to hear. Can we do a Maynard reality show at the winery? Listen to what he says. Listen to this. Sorry about the dead air for those listening. We're finishing.
I think people can hear a little bit from our headphones.
I hope so.
I don't think we're breaking copyright laws with that, but
no, it could. No. Yeah, but that's everything. Because you're not one of the beautiful people.
I'm not the beautiful people.
We think you're beautiful.
Maynard is an interesting looking dude. What do you think about his Joker makeup?
Whoa,
for this tour?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. He said he was inspired by the Joaquin Phoenix Joker.
Hmm. What? This is the end right here.
Maynard is undertaking so many things that take a long time. Like what he's talking about there about like he'll figure it out eventually. You know, like he'll figure out how to make his own wine essentially. But like it's like that with jiu-jitsu, man. Taking on these long-term tasks.
Your dogs need to use the bathroom.
Do they?
Yeah.
You hear them wanting?
No, Asia texted me.
Okay.
I'm trying to place that harmonica piece that they're playing. That's from something.
Text Cora, see if she can let him out.
Listen to this. Can we do a reality show?
Are these the guys doing the documentary?
Yeah.
And they're just saying they want to do more than a documentary?
Yeah.
Are they wearing the same tennis shoes?
They're wearing what?
They're wearing the same tennis shoes, Maynard and that guy.
What's up with that?
Nice.
Yeah, we need to review this.
Dude, that was good.
That was good, wasn't it?
Was this your idea to watch this? I mean, I've wanted
It was
to.
all you, man.
Okay.
But I've loved this since I think I saw it more than once because I was sitting there quoting it the whole time.
Yeah, that was.
Or scarily, maybe
or it just made that much of an impact on you.
Yeah, it really did. I was a fan before. I was a major fan before. Now I'm a scary fan.
It's crazy. This has been out almost 10 years.
Yeah.
This documentary.
Yeah.
Hey, can we make a reality show out of you? Fuck no. Yeah. Oh man. Oh yeah. That's Better Call Saul.
What?
That's Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
That's funny. I wondered when I was like looking for this to stream, I kept seeing Odenkirk's face. That's what that guy's last name is, Odenkirk.
Yeah.
Wine is grape juice that has gone bad.
Wine bottles just a means of shipping cork around the world.
Dude, have you ever drank any kombucha?
I drink it every day.
Dude, me too, and it's so good for my digestion.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I also take a probiotic. I'm kind of overdosed on it. I'm all about the probiotics, dude. I hadn't been sick in like 4 years.
Man, that's good. It's
I'm here to tell you, fermented is the way to live.
Yeah, I totally agree. I'm gonna get all these blues.
Oh, I love a cigarette.
Dude,
Française.
so you if you watch The Mandalorian, that means you got Disney Plus.
Jeff Goldblum.
What do you think about all of the cultural warnings on all the Disney shows?
There's cultural warnings?
Yes.
I haven't even seen that.
You know, maybe you remember this.
Okay, you're going to have to... Because I got to really concentrate on this one. I can't because he's being so damn funny. See what I mean?
Have you seen Better Call Saul?
I've seen Breaking Bad religiously. I haven't.
The show Better Call Saul is just as good.
I know. I just haven't got to it yet.
It is. Okay. It's fantastic.
Cultural warning, because I'm going to watch it next.
Oh, we are Siamese. Can't you see those racist cats? Bum, bum.
Do they do it? Like, are there warnings before?
Yeah. No, at the end, like it'll be like Lady and the Tramp came out in this year and blah, blah, blah. And by the way, some of these references may be culturally outdated.
Yeah, and I heard they like removed a part from Peter Pan. With the
what makes a red man red? Yep, that's it. I never knew Walt Disney was such a piece of shit. Oh wait, yeah, I did, but
they froze his head.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's like he was all wanting to get into like
cryogenics. Yeah. Here's these two heads. I've got so many steps, bro.
I'm gonna finish this other tower and then I'll see. This is how it works. You get in a bottleneck. You're doing that, and by the time I finish this tower, we'll probably be.
Oh, okay. It's not. It's just like 34 more steps. We're okay.
Yeah, what makes the red man red, dude?
There was a couple others.
Aristocats apparently has one in there.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was saying.
So what do they say? It was just part of the times?
Yeah, they're basically saying it's cultural appropriation. What do you think about that? Like they've been busting Gwen Stefani's ass for cultural appropriation.
What? That video she did?
Oh, she's which one? Because she's a different ethnicity, and every damn one of them is basically why they're calling her out on it.
Yeah. So like, I remember when people were going around cutting the dreadlocks off white dudes.
That's interesting.
Have you seen that?
No.
Like at colleges and stuff. African Americans will often go around with scissors cutting the dreadlocks off of white dudes because they're not supposed to have them.
You know, if I...
Which haven't there been several people that are considered white by many cultures?
What about that Pocahontas lady that Trump was busting her balls?
Oh man, I got a buddy.
You remember that,
buddy
dude?
Who would love to talk to you about that.
Oh man, hey, whatever you ever talk, I'm sure you do. I think we've even. But Scott, what's that dude up to?
Oh, he'd love that you're asking about him. I see him every few days.
He still work at Walmart?
No, he's on disability now, or he's working on getting a disability now. He had foot surgery, and he's going through a whole lot of stuff. Yeah,
bummer, dude.
No, he
lives in the same apartment as me for a long time. Not like
yeah.
Does he still live over there?
Yeah, right now, but he's moving to Clarksville.
Oh, cool.
No, he's had a rough time with it. He had a lot of horrible things happen to his family. He lost both his parents in a very short amount of time.
Damn.
And he's gone through a lot, but yeah, that's actually the buddy I was just now referencing. Yeah, he has a YouTube channel.
Really?
Yeah. So.
Dude, we have 529 viewable videos on our YouTube. I just noticed on the gym YouTube, and I got this. I'm around 100 on the Life Unraveled YouTube.
Wow.
So, yeah, you know, I know that I'm going to continue to improve the podcast channel. Like one thing that I want to do in the new studio space, add a second camera angle.
Oh, that'd be cool. Pop back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's one thing. And dude, the gym YouTube, I think will hit a mass point where, I don't know what'll happen when we have like 1,000+ videos. Cause the number of views we get per month now is a lot.
Yes, I've noticed.
And I think the podcast will continue to steadily grow as well. I need to, when we get over in the new studio, see about getting like some sponsors, like maybe this box over here, whatever. What is the name of this?
Yum box.
Yeah, a Yum box.
Yeah, I'm about to pop that sucker open.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Okay, I'm just
whenever you get to a stopping point.
Have to just call it a day on this here in a minute.
Hey, we don't have to finish this. You know, Cora's going to be mad.
Well, do not let me anger.
I'm gonna be like, this is John's idea. He was like, hey, let's drink this butterbeer and build these Harry Potter Legos.
She'll kill me, man.
I was like, dude, I don't know, John. I don't know if we should do that. Dude. Bro, ask Colby, man. That dude gets thrown under the bus more than anybody around here.
That's what happens.
Dude, he straight up, like the other night, Gracie got sick, right?
Yeah.
And she was up all night pooping. And
you blame him?
Well, no, but
so
he got me. Yeah, I did. But he got me back for all the blaming I've done to him over the years.
Oh no.
Yes, and it was unfortunate. But yeah, Cora's like, I just had to stay up all night with Gracie. I don't know what the deal was. She was sick, and I don't know what's going on. And Colby's like, I bet it was those beans Brian gave her last night. I told him not to do that. Like, just kind of let it slip, like, overtly. And I was just like, you piece of shit. Like, she's still giving me crap about it. But, yeah, the dog had a rough time with the baked beans. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right.
So the dog did have beans.
Yes, the dog did have some baked beans. But we don't talk about that.
Yeah, I hear you. It's okay.
Dude, we're actually making some headway here, man. There's actually not a lot of pieces left in the middle.
If I stop now, I'm at step 17 of 32, which is dead center, pretty much.
You got any exciting plans over Christmas holiday?
No, I'm hoping to not do much.
Same. We're going to move the gym at some point, so yeah. I don't have as much of a luxury as I would like to. But I will say, man, after we get this gym moved,
yes,
it's going to be a nice settling in time. Because I've already told people like that want me to go places and do things. I'm like, no, I don't think I'll do that. I think I'll just stay here till we get moved, and then when I want to go to shit, I will. Not because you asked. Because I want to.
That's a good way to be, though. I mean, really.
Dude, it is. You got to be that way. You got to be able to say no to stuff, and I think.
Yeah, but you're fortunate.
Yeah, a lot of people can't. It's unfortunate that a lot of people can't.
Eddie Vedder. You know, I'm a lucky man to count on both hands the ones I love. So you sit there and ponder how many. You know, a rich man. A truly rich man has many people at his funeral. A wealth may be measured by how many people show up to his funeral. But how many people really care that you're gone, you know? Or are they just trying to get noticed for themselves? And you start counting how many people really, really care about you, or they just try to make themselves look better by being with you. And, you know, there's a lot of people in my life that I've often gone back and I'm like, what, were they just trying to get something? And a lot of the times they were. And you got to think about that. And you get wise to that. You know,
I do get wise to that. And I will say, like, for whatever reason, that does happen to us because I don't even like saying this, but dude, we are kind of like a local celebrity sort of status.
You're definitely in the public eye.
Yeah, big time. And I'm content with that. That's fine. But at the same time, it creates a little bit of weirdness. You know what I'm saying? It creates a complexity that you're just under scrutiny. You're under, everybody's looking at you. And then too, like, I don't know. It's just weird.
And they all have different expectations as well.
Well, and we've had people take advantage of either our charity or our goodwill towards people. You name it, dude. You want to open that box up and see what and we'll wrap up here on the podcast in a second. I'm gonna finish my little tower.
Oh, this will take longer than you think.
Oh yeah, all right. Let's do it. Let's do it.
This will. I don't want. You can finish your tower. I'm just telling you this. Prepare thyself, because it's going to take a minute. Where's that knife of yours at? Oh, there's one or two back here. For once, I'm not armed with blades, like the typical Arkansas boy.
I had one here.
You could keep your weed in there, man.
I know, man. I frequently bring up this point to people. This is that's my grandpa's K-bar, bro.
All right, I will be.
Yeah. No. By all means, that's why it's in here. But isn't it weird we live in this world where, because of the federal legality of things, like I could go out and be on Joe Rogan's podcast, smoke some weed with him, get super duper high, talk about cool shit and philosophy, DMT, and multiple realities, and eating meat, fucking bow hunting, and
elk.
Yeah, fucking raw elk. This is fresh off the bones.
Squeeze it, drink it.
You know, and then come back here and get fired from my job as an intellectual for smoking weed. Like, that's the world we live in right now.
It is.
And it's a weird fucking place.
Yeah.
But, you know, what do you do? I would just never...
You don't.
I'd never smoke weed. I mean...
No.
Clearly.
So, a place where the hills are alive. I haven't Googled it. I have no idea. But I'm thinking Austria.
I'm gonna go with Italy, because Rome was built on 7 hills.
Wow, man, that is such a great response.
Also, during certain times, the peasants that made up the majority of the army would retreat to one of the hills, and they would just stay there until their demands were met.
I love having smart friends, man.
Yeah, but dude, it was crazy. That guy was like, "Oh, I'm from Italy," and and I'm like, "Dude, you're an Etruscan."
Yeah, wow, that was good.
Yeah, the Etruscans were the, as he said, Tuscany, were the ancient tribe from Tuscany before the Romans ever built the city of Rome. And they had these slaves, and they would make the slaves play music all the time. They played these double pipe things.
Yeah, I've seen those.
It's kind of like a bagpipe. I don't know if they had a bag, but it was a 2 flute sort of deal.
Harmonized.
Yeah. And, and the rumor was that they could lull animals like into a trance during hunting with their music.
Can you do that?
I've never tried.
I wonder if... Now, this is really going to sound like I'm being kind of silly, but is that...
Bro, we've changed gravity 3 times in the last 400 years. There's nothing you can say that, Star Trek is true, except for the teleportation.
Is that a martial art?
Oh, okay. Well, okay, here's another one. This reminded me. I just watched this the other day. You ever see the old school Disney movie, Davey? Dave. I'm gonna grin you out of the studio, dude.
Bro.
You see?
Yeah, right. And I'm trying not to have go into a stroke laughing mode.
Dude.
Because not about the grinning, but because all I can think about is that shit you sent me with the guy on a buffalo. All I can think about is a guy on a buffalo right now. But yes, I've seen Davy Crockett, right?
Yeah, but the grinning an animal out of a tree, grinning a raccoon out of a tree, grinning a bear to death. But it's like, if we could grin an animal into what sort of... So there's two cultural tales of getting an animal into submission via music or via... I try to teach my dog right there. I'll grab his and like pull it up, and I can't. Cause I've seen some dogs that
you can teach shepherds how to do it real easy.
Dude, that motherfucker is so funny because like you can see like sometimes he is smiling like his mouth curls up. He'll be sitting there on the couch just like, what are you guys doing? Like fucking cheesing. And I'm like, dude, you're such a good boy. You're a good boy. Yeah.
I got a ferret at home named Lorenzo. Yeah. He, they're like little primates, sort of. They're not primates, but they're smart as a primate. This guy, they have an action called duking. That's what it's called. And it's an invitation to play. But it's like our laughing, and it sounds like laughing. But it's just like our laughing is an invitation to play, really. It's their invitation to play, but when he does something he knows he's not supposed to, like, I'm gonna go shit in the corner, and this guy's gonna make him mad, and then he'll go and run off. And dude, it's the funniest thing you've ever seen, because he'll like do something, he'll steal something he's not supposed to. He'll be running across the house with like the remote control or something. He steals. That's what they do. They steal things. Ferret means smelly little thief. That's what it means. Plato had one. Everybody had one. They've been domesticated for 2,000 years.
Wow.
You put them in the wild, they can't survive. They can't. They've been domesticated for too long. They're literally just a polecat. They're a European skunk. Anyways, you get this guy, and he'll be running across the room with a remote going, just running.
Yeah, that's too funny.
It messes with your head because you're like, did that thing laughing?
A friend of mine, and it got away, but they caught it out canoeing. They had a mink.
Yeah, it's a weasel.
Yeah.
They're all the same,
Pupperman's mouth sometimes reminds me of a weasel mouth.
It's a big ass weasel, bro.
Yeah, it is. It's very big. But like sometimes when he yawns, I'm like, dude, you look like a fucking weasel, man.
Big chocolate weasel.
Yeah, he is big, dude. He's 100 pounds.
He could kill you if he wanted to.
Yeah. Oh, he's so the antithesis of me. Like anytime he like barks and like loses his shit, there's never anything there. And I'm like, dude. And like when you got here today, he didn't know you were here. Like he like you'd pulled up and then he like looked out the door and was like,
maybe he just thought of something.
Yeah.
Or maybe that, the ancients believed that cats were half in, half out. So, I wonder what dogs are. I don't know.
Okay, so check this shit out. Back on Rome, I heard this. Rome has this crazy festival where, so I believe this was in the early Republic that the Gauls.
Correct.
It did happen in Europe. I think this was the instance. They were invading south of the Alps. They were invading Italy, and the dogs there at the pass did not sound an alarm. They didn't report. Mm-hmm. They did give no indication that there was like thousands of people coming through to invade. So they created this festival where every year they crucified the dogs.
Oh, wow. See, I've never heard of that. I've heard of one where they killed a bunch of cats, but I didn't.
They crucified the dogs every year for not warning. So, like, they would just round up stray dogs. And it's a horrible story, dude. They're like, it's bad. I love dogs, man. Pupper man.
I've never heard that. Yeah, that's dark
dude.
As shit,
like,
dude.
Now when I hear shit like that, I'm like, oh, Pupper man. Oh. Dude,
they crucified him.
It's my fucking bro, man. Like, they're trying to crucify him. Like, he's not the Messiah. Back off.
I saw this short film somebody made on the internet years ago, and it was called Frog Jesus. And, like, all these frogs were gathered around, and they had a crucified frog. And anyway, so now I'm pretty sure there's a amphibian Jesus out there, but it just reminded me of that. I'm like, so do dogs have a
Maynard
Jesus?
Song, okay? Jeez. Crucifying the dog.
So if every major culture out there has a messianic story, like the Huron people, believed in a peacemaker, or the Iroquois did believed in a peacemaker that was born of a virgin Huron, and he would come and free the people and all this, the Native Americans. So I can't help but ponder, Do animals?
Do animals have messiahs?
Sounds like I'm high as shit right now. Okay.
A Christ figure.
A Christ frog.
Like, who does Pupper Man worship?
Oh, my mom watches this. She's going to kill me. Who does Pupper Man worship?
Yeah.
You.
Yeah.
He worships you, man, because we are the gods to the dogs. Dogs are actually more like slaves in a sense because we domesticated them. Cats, on the other hand, domesticated themselves, so they know they don't need us. Cats have actually put 10 different species of dogs completely extinct, and they will be here long after dogs are gone. That's the truth. Cats, the reason they act like they do so nonchalant is because they domesticated themselves, because they're like, yeah, we could use some of that food and stuff these guys got. Dogs, we domesticated them from wild animals.
The contrast is
very different.
Like, because we have 2 cats and 2 dogs.
Yeah.
And the contrast is...
Do you see the difference? That's the only difference. I mean, cats are more intelligent, but the thing is we domesticated dogs. So it goes all the way back to their lineage. They're like, I have to do what he says. Cats are like, we're here because we just need
have you heard
symbiotic.
This? A cat will eat you like as soon as you die. And a dog will like lay down and die because you died. So I have heard of dogs eating their owners too.
They can. They will. I mean, they're both wild animals.
Well, I guess it would depend on how close you are with your owner. I would like to think if I died, Pupper Man would not eat me.
Well, I mean,
he probably stopped the cat from eating me.
You ever watch Andy Griffith?
Fuck yeah.
You know Aunt B?
Yeah.
You know, she was kind of a mean person in real life.
Yeah.
She had a lot of cats and lived in a reclusive house.
She got eaten by her cats.
She got eaten by her cats.
Oh, damn, bro.
Does this blow your mind?
Aunt B, Andy Griffith.
Type it in.
Death. I got to read about it.
You're going to fact check the shit out of me on this one, please.
Frances Bavier, who played Aunt B, died in 1989.
Yeah, read about
2 years old. And Siler City at 86 years old.
Read it up.
Let's see. What happened to Aunt B? How did Aunt B? What was mom?
It's blew his mind.
Wikipedia.
Some things that just have to be checked.
I mean, I just want to see.
I want to see.
There's
not a picture.
Okay. Bavier was described as living a sparse life in her later years, a very quiet life. On November 22nd, she was admitted to Chatham Hospital.
Oh, you're getting the full story.
89. She died at her home 2 days later, 8 days before her 87th birthday. The immediate cause of death was congestive heart failure, blah, blah, blah. Supporting factors being breast cancer, arthritis, COPD.
Yeah.
Dude, it doesn't say anything about the cats. We got to get more specific at the Google.
Wiki that shit. Was that on Wiki?
That was her Wiki, but
okay.
You don't always get the intricate. A cat lover became a reclusive cat lady. She converted one of her bathrooms into a giant litter box.
Yep.
Her house fell into disrepair, and the ammonia of cat urine was so overwhelming.
Yep.
Anyone who might visit, overwhelming. She died in 1989. Her estate was worth $700,000. Well, if it was like that,
no, I mean,
the cats definitely ate her, man.
Yeah, she was there for days and days, and they said what they found was not good.
Did Aunt B wear a wig?
I don't know, but she did in one episode. It's, a cousin of mine was like, you can't sleep, because I have terrible insomnia. He's like, watch that show to go to sleep. And that's the reason I know all about it. It will put you the hell to sleep because nothing exciting ever happens. It's just calm. And I have terrible insomnia. I can't go to sleep without it. I've seen every episode.
See, that's like another
I've heard every episode.
I do. I have not. So like virtually the whole time Cora and I've been together, I've not watched TV falling asleep. But I want to.
It's that's a good one. Some people go to sleep to Frasier.
Whenever Cora's out of town, I have to watch TV to go to sleep.
Netflix is a blessing.
Yeah, I do
for that.
His Disney Plus, man. I'm watching The Mandalorian again as soon as we're done with the podcast.
I haven't had a chance to talk about it, but it's an absolute spaghetti western. Clint Eastwood, Good and the Bad and the Ugly.
Oh, dude, I love that movie.
Nick Nolte as an Ugnaught. Are you kidding me?
Oh, dude. I told Cora.
Carl Weathers, straight from Predator, playing his cheap ass self, only giving you a few credits. And what I love is the nerds coming out, y'all. what I love is all the throwback to the races you only get to see, like if you're a super nerd. They didn't invent a bunch of races like in all the new movies. They created all these new races. I can't.
Bob Weir from Grateful Dead, or Nick Nolte, or Nick Nolte's character in The Mandalorian. Like,
hilarious. That's what I was seeing, but I was like, who is that?
When he came on like last night, Cora was watching. I was like, that's fucking Bob Weir from the Dead.
Did you know the blue alien in the first episode? It's freaking George Lopez.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, you know George Lopez plays bongos with Panic. He sat in with him twice in the last couple of years.
What?
Yeah. You know who else plays bongos sometimes with Panic? Carrot Top.
Dude's amazing.
Yeah.
He cracks me up.
Weird.
Trying to think now. The comedian in the speeder, the dude that ended Nickelback. Now I can't think of his name. But the dude that pulls up in the janky speeder in the first episode, he's like the biggest Star Wars fan in the world, and I just went blank. I'm sorry, man.
I can't remember. It was brief.
Right.
And two, like,
the fact that he got to be in the show is just fantastic.
I didn't start watching Mandalorian for a minute. So,
and then there's
I just started yesterday.
There's Nick Nolte's in that part, and then Carl Weathers is Grief Karga. And what blows my mind more than anything, dude, sorry, Werner Herzog, are you shitting me? The Imperial? I've seen this kind of thing before. He's the most legendary documentary filmmaker on the planet, and they got him to be in a Star Wars show.
Dude, that's like, it blew my mind.
Grizzly Man. That's who did Grizzly Man.
About Gina Carano being in it.
Right. Where did they? Bill Burr's going to be in it. Billy Freckles, man.
Dude,
the comedian.
You know what I think this has become a little bit? It's kind of like when the UFC got bought out. You know who bought the UFC?
No.
Every fan of the UFC.
Oh, right. You told me about that.
Right. It's like a conglomerate of all these people, like Anthony Kiedis and the dudes on the documentary, and Kevin James from King of Queens. Like all these people that, like, they're the celebrities that were at all the UFCs.
Bought into the UFC.
Almost positive that he is a part owner.
Because he made the whole Here Comes the Boom movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
And everybody was in it.
Yeah.
Everybody UFC was in it. I'm sorry.
No. We're good, dude.
We could talk forever.
We could. We'll just have to do another one before the end of the year. Maybe we could do a New Year's podcast.
I'd love that.
Yeah. We'll schedule another one, man, because I definitely would like to check out a Pussifer album.
Do you want this?
Yeah.
Someone to open it?
Yeah, let's open it, dude. Let's
I'm saying Austria, you're saying Italy?
I'm saying Italy. Universal Yams. Austria, dude, you were right.
What?
How did you know it was Austria?
The Sound of Music.
Oh, dude.
Cinephile, bro.
Damn.
Yeah.
Very nice, man. You should be on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
I should.
Dubai?
Stop it.
Salzburg.
Oh, man. How are we going to get through this? This is going to be endless.
Vienna.
Austria.
Hello.
The greatest actor in the universe.
You know, Austria is really started World War One, but
oh, here's the guide to everything we're going to try. Oh wow, you need to. Oh, I'm going to get too excited.
Paprika.
That's a guide.
Wolfgang Mozart.
Man, he was a prodigy.
Kelly's original paprika chips.
Which one you want to try? What do you want to try, man? The Baron.
Let's try the Pinschinger Mandel.
Okay, man. That's what. Stop it.
Let's see. Pinschinger Mandelecken. Almond cream filled wafers coated in milk chocolate and almonds.
Okay, I'm gonna have to try to read my Austrian. Oh, I think I found it.
Pinschinger
Mandelecken.
Mandelecken.
Like you got the popcorn. Mandelecken. You're gonna have to get Cora in here.
Ooh, the baby.
Does she want in on this?
The baby caramel bar. I think she might have gone back in the bedroom, but I don't know. You hear her out there?
I just
Volmic. Oh, dude, I'm a sucker for these chocolates, man.
Yeah, you into the sweets?
The Bobby caramel bar. That's what I like. There's a gingerbread here.
Yeah, I've learned from this stuff. There's always something highly disgusting, but a great experience. We got this one from Turkey, and it had this tree sap candy in it that they guard with fortresses. They've guarded it for 150 years or something like that.
Interesting.
It's amazing. It was like chewing tree sap. So,
dude, imagine like when you discover like coffee and shit, like the decimation. Like, I wonder what things we discovered that we might have like ate it out of existence or used it up.
Oh,
like there's a limited
species
supply
that we've discovered and eaten out of supply, or the people that we've discovered and bred out of supply. All right, we're gonna review this stuff, right?
Okay.
Which one is
Mandelechen.
this? Mandelechen.
Yeah, we got a little wafer here. That's what it called on the package. You're gonna chew it into the mic so they can hear.
Yeah, some more.
That's tasty. One of my coaches at the gym, Brent, he's come on the podcast Sunday. He goes to Germany. He's a retired military consultant. And he will bring back German chocolate, dude. He brings back these things called Bonds. They're the shit.
This is what's in this? Almond cream filling. Almond, that's what it was. Oh,
It's tasty, yeah. Yeah, almonds and milk chocolate.
Man, I'm telling you.
What
You get Cora in here. Does she like this kind of stuff?
I don't know if she's still on a diet. She's been on a diet.
Okay.
Yeah, she's been running and not having
This
cheat
would not
days.
be good for her then.
I used to live a life like that, man, but I just wasn't happy.
Yeah.
And I started
Well, I'm starting that up in like 2 days, so.
Well, I mean, dude, like just things like I have healthy habits and stuff, but it's like living to weigh a certain amount on a certain day sucks.
Oh, for the turn,
Like,
for
yeah,
fighting it.
yeah.
No, that's hard. She's still doing that, though, right?
No. She just in her overall fitness and personal training, she's actually been studying. She's getting a group fitness certification.
Nice.
So
That's beautiful. That's beautiful stuff.
That. Yeah. We're just wanting to up our game in a couple areas.
Let's try this Erd Baron.
Dude, let's
Shoko. That wafer had a good crunch, though.
The gingerbread looks good too.
Oh man, I got a thing for gingerbread. I like it in ways that men shouldn't like.
Muffin Man.
Oh, the Muffin Man.
Georgie.
Oh, dude, this is going to be chocolate and fruit. Do you like chocolate and fruit together?
Yeah, I mean,
It's very British.
Yeah.
I don't know. This isn't British though. But
I'm not, dude.
that's chewy.
Very leathery. It's the tannins.
It's the tannins.
Tannins.
Tannis. That's very tannis. I could do without that in my life. I don't love it.
Earthy textures of cherries and other berries.
Other berries. I don't know what to say about that. Where's the gingerbread?
It was like a
Where's the gingerbread?
yeah, those are kind of different. I don't like that.
I'm not a huge fan of that, but
you
know,
get
that's
candy like that in like the sorted candies you get at Valentine's Day and
but,
shit.
You know, Americans aren't really known for liking to mix chocolate and fruit. That's very British.
Costner gingerbread.
Costner. Yeah.
I'll get to the job.
This here, that's straight up a cookie, man. Look at that.
That is a cookie.
That's a cookie.
What about this?
Put the cookie down.
Dude, are we being racist?
Very.
When we
We got to.
Damn, I just
We're gonna
realized.
get slapped.
That's like, I mean, honestly, like things I've become more sensitive to is like, we were just joking around about it earlier, but like talking like a Brazilian. Okay, guys, look what's gonna happen.
Oh no.
Yeah, like, dude, that's like a big joke in the jiu-jitsu gym. That's like, but well, and like the thing is, it's like you learn from so many Brazilians. It's like even when Nate's around, I end up like talking like Nate and shit a lot, which he is a very definitive. But it's like imitation. It's the greatest form of flattery type of a thing, you know. But it's you tend to emulate sometimes what you're around.
Like, people like you and me are impossible to imitate. Does that make us unremarkable or very unique?
Over remarkable?
Over remarkable. I'm serious. People couldn't imitate you. People couldn't imitate me.
Cora does. It's
Really?
straight mockery, dude.
Well, I mean, that's one thing.
Everything.
That's
man.
one thing, though.
Yeah.
That's one thing. But I'm talking like, you know what I mean? There's not like, I've got buddies and stuff that are just, you can just pick them up.
Yeah, no, I couldn't really do an imitation of you either. I don't
See
think.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that super remarkable? Is it completely unremarkable? I've been stewing on that for a long time, just studying acting and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
I can't figure that out. I cannot figure that out. In creating characters, you strive to make something remarkable, but really what you're creating is a quirk. Like I was talking about, I keep doing this hormone monster thing because I'm obsessed with the show Big Mouth. It's so funny. But it's the whole, hey, how's it going? Because it's a super deep voice. Yeah. And like, or when you're doing, or if you're doing a character with a stutter, you see, you create something that people remember.
Mm-hmm. You ever seen that episode of Friends where Joey and the dude are spitting on each other?
Yeah.
That's a great one, dude. Well, my Jamaican accent, man.
Is that cultural?
Or was it? Oh, it's his southern accent. He speaks like a Jamaican, but he's like, my southern accent, man. yeah, dude. It's like those lessons that Chandler paid for.
So is it okay for us to mock Austrians because they're white?
They're white like us, man. So
but see, I was told you can't mock Russians because Russians aren't white. And
hey,
that's interesting.
Here's something that's interesting. I get compared to Jesus more than anybody you know.
Well, that's
probably.
Just the beard and long hair.
Exactly.
I got a lot. That's common.
And when people say this to me now, I'm just like, oh yes, I'm teaching a unit on the history of Christianity. Let's talk about that. And I'm like, so there I was, guys, the only white guy in Palestine. It's a meme. I stole it. And then I'm like, oh, you mean Western Jesus? See, I worship Asian Jesus because Palestine is on the continent of Asia. My Jesus is Asian. And then they want to debate me because most people don't think about the Middle East as being in Asia, right? They're like, no. And I'm like, no, it's Asia Minor.
There. Yeah, it is.
It's called Asia Minor. And I'm like, I know it's because it touches Africa and Europe that you don't understand. It's okay. Jesus was an Asian man, okay? By all standards of the definition, the motherfucker was from Asia. If he was a real person. Here's what you should look into. That's got an interesting texture to it. Tastes good.
That's not what we call gingerbread. That's something completely different.
There's a book I've been telling everybody about called, I don't tell everybody about it because most people can't handle it. It's called Caesar's Messiah.
Oh, that's got a pine taste. It's very good.
Very leathery. Very wild.
Grandpa's wallet.
Yeah, it tastes like my grandpa's billfold, dude. Dude, what's funny is like everybody has one of those wallets like you're talking about. Like mine said fucking Marvin on it, dude. I had like 3 Marvin wallets by the time I was 12. My name's not Marvin. The same grandpa that gave me that K-bar over there. Oh man. Well, dude, let's go ahead and wrap it up. If
You're Caesar's Messiah, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Finish that thought.
Well, Caesar's Messiah. It basically is like the thesis of like Socrates. We don't know if Socrates is a real person. He only exists in Plato's stories. He never wrote anything. Okay. Same thing about Jesus. He never wrote anything. The Gospels were written in Greek, not Aramaic.
Oh, right. Yeah.
You know, there's all these things this guy Atwell goes into.
Yeah.
And he really does a good job. I think he makes some compelling points. But Caesar's Messiah, I don't tell everybody I know about it because most people around here are pretty ardent evangelical Christians, and you know,
I understand.
It gets weird.
Always.
Yeah. Well, bro, thanks for coming on. What? Real quick before we wrap it up, what Pussifer album we gonna review? We gonna start with the first one?
Any of them. I know all of them.
Is it good to go in chronological order? We're eventually going to, let's say, work under the assumption we're eventually going to review all of APC, Tool, and Pussifer shit. Colby and I might review a Tool album, but I anticipate that you and I probably end up doing all of that.
Conditions of My Parole is a good Pussifer album.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. That's the one I probably heard the most amount of songs off of.
Yeah,
that's the title track, too, on that, is it not? Yeah.
That'd be a good one.
Okay, cool. Well, dude, I'll hit you up. I've got 3 more podcasts scheduled, but they're all in like the next couple weeks. But my last day of school is December 12th, and I'll be out for like 4 weeks. Maybe we can get together and knock that out around Christmas, between Christmas and New Year, something like that.
Universal Yums, we love your product.
Yes, hey, sponsor the podcast. Do it. Hey, you've seen Starsky and Hutch?
Yes.
I've been sending I'll ask people, I'm like, dude, you got Disney Plus, you seen The Mandalorian? They're like, no, dude, I hadn't pulled the trigger on it. Yeah, I'll send them the Ben Stiller. Hey, do it. What's so funny is like, where I've been crushing on the band, the band, Levon Helm from Arkansas.
Oh, yeah.
And where I first heard the song The Wait was in that movie. Not an Easy Rider, but remember when they're ripping off Easy Rider? So like I'm in like probably junior high when that comes out.
That's been out a while.
Pulled into Nazareth. But that's like they're all dressing up that whole movie in these different disguises and shit. He's like, they go and talk to that guy, like his name's Tiny or something.
Oh yeah, but he's supposed to be really small, but really big. Oh yeah.
Yeah, you need to go see Big Earl.
Big Earl. Yeah.
2 dragons.
2 dragons. It's gonna get weird. Look at that belly. Just like a little bowl of oatmeal. Mine's got a little more brown sugar on it.
Oh, dude, that's rough. It's so funny.
It's about to get weird.
That's a classic, man. Like that. I thought that was, out of all those movies that came out around that same time, I've run into so many people that never seen Old School. But
really?
Yes. Yes.
Will Ferrell actually totally drunk in that scene.
Okay.
When he was stripping.
Yeah.
Streaking.
We're going up the quad. Yeah. So good, bro. Well, man, thanks for taking the time to come on, man.
It's my absolute pleasure.
Good to get with you on this Black Friday, capitalist, materialistic holiday. And
consumerism.
Yes. Well, fucking Cyber Monday, man. I'm excited about it. Maybe I'll get a new mixer for the new studio.
Hey, man.
So be on the lookout for things I need for the new studio.
Bathing in all this consumerism.
Us, no. These are all given to us.
These were given.
We're very important.
Yes.
All right.
Sponsor some more. We're not consumers. We're not.
We don't do commercials.
We like gifts.
But this box over here. All right, man. Signing off. Appreciate it. We'll see you guys next time.